can hear the new tunes.
A major factor that makes youngsters prime targets for this printed filth is the natural curiosity of youth about the mysterious force of sex. Yet, on virtually every newsstand is a welter of misinformation which can wreck them for life.
And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take...
All right. Season 1, episode 7. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's see. Nobody watching. Oh, I guess everyone's watching the protests or something. Gonna wait a bit here, see if anybody comes in, chats, wants to chat. I'd like to start the show off with free speech. Evan Sullivan, the CTV reporter, I think he's formerly of the CBC. Hats off to that guy for putting up with all the shit with these fucking nut bars. You know, they're all talking about freedom. Well, you got to let everyone talk, you know. They seem to think the fake news media, which, yeah, sure, they all have agendas, but, you know, these protests, there's more fucking cameras than people. Like, really, you know, let these reporters do their fucking job. They're all letting these people talk. You know, it's not a peaceful protest when you're spitting on reporters. I'm sorry. You know, it's not free speech if you're telling other people to shut the fuck up. You know, I'm all for protests, not ones that last 3 weeks and not ones that are funded by racist fucking Americans. So that's all I got to say on the whole thing. Anybody coming in? Come on, let's go. I got no show if I got no people, that's for sure. It's going to be a short show this time because, you know, I got the Xbox giveaway. Anybody in town for that? I've noticed that now the anti-protesters are protesting in Surrey. That's now I can see the assholes that I unfriended get arrested in the news. That would be good. But watching the whole thing go down yesterday was pretty crazy. Hold on a second. What's going on? Oh, Bridge is watching. Hey, okay. Well, I can't see you in the chat, but feel free to chat. No, I was watching the whole thing. I've been watching the whole thing all week, really. It's just doom scroll after doom scroll of fucking stuff. But hats off to Evan Solomon. I really liked his reporting. You know, he's giving these people a chance, and all they're doing is telling them to fuck off. Especially the one that kept telling him to step back. It's like, you know, that guy's got patience, fucking patience. I'll tell you that. And there's another girl, another reporter out there, Cram Sola. She's been there since like day one, just trying to, you know, give a unbiased, you know, view, the videotaping. Well, slightly biased, I guess, against them, but at the end of the day, someone has to be reporting what's going on down there. And she got totally bullied yesterday by a bunch of people. I'm telling you, as soon as I got a job, I'm sending her $20 because she's fucking sticking her neck out to actually be down there and you know, put up with these fucking idiots. So it's a good thing they're all leaving. It's well, not leaving; they're getting pushed out, really. But anyway, so today we got the Xbox giveaway. I have the winner of the Xbox giveaway. I'm kind of waiting until they get into the room. If they do show up, they'll be getting the Xbox. It comes with a bunch of games. That's Borderlands. What else we got here? Borderlands 2. Must have been a good game. They made 2 of them. Halo. I was wrong in previous shows. I had said that I had Grand Theft Auto, but I don't. There is none unless I put it somewhere else. Halo 3, actually. So I'm announcing the winner of the Xbox giveaway if they show up. If they don't show up, well, fuck it. They don't get it. But I did have some good jokes on the on my Twitter feed with the protests. They basically, my best joke was, I have to say, the cops had a press conference before they moved in, the night before they moved in. They were talking about how they're really worried about the children and all that stuff. And I posted, lucky for the cops, the kids will be 18 years old by the time they move in because they're waiting so fucking long. You know, it's sick that these people brought their kids there. I did notice, though, I did see a report today on CTV. You know, CTV, you know, I'm not a big fan of mainstream media, whether it's CNN or CBC, but CTV I've never really had a problem with. They're reporting about the protests in Montreal, which do seem relatively, you know, happy. And I think Quebec's got it a lot worse because they actually had curfews and stuff to deal with. So, you know, as long as, you know, protesting, I'm all for it. But you can't protest for 3 weeks. You can't shut down traffic. About 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, they shut down a street right near where I worked. It was about 30 protesters. It was for, I think, the pipelines. And that disrupts every fucking thing. And I remember leaving work that day because where I work, it was all little side streets. So everyone was taking all the little side streets, trying to get away from this traffic jam and driving super erratically. And when I left work, I said, fuck, someone's going to get killed because of this stupid fucking protest. And sure as shit, by the time I got home on the news, an older lady, like a senior, got run over by a dump truck and was killed. And I totally believe it was totally connected to the aggravation of these people, these fuckers, these 30 people. You know, like I'm all for protests, but don't shut down the streets. Same with Ottawa, you know, protest, but you shut down the street. You fucking made a bunch of noise. You know, no, I'm against that. I'm all for free speech. I'm all for protests, but I'm not for you know, just being assholes. So, you know, that's my stance on it. And, you know, I'm trying to keep the show positive, but no one has sent me in a whiteboard recently. So I need a whiteboard to continue on with the theme of the show. Also, my other joke this week was these conspiracy nuts. They're always putting out their fucking, their little little memes and their little videos and conspiracies and vaccines. And I posted, the real victim with these conspiracy nuts is typography. They all use crappy fonts, poorly placed, with hard to read colors. Some of these people should take their racist money that they got and invest in a graphic arts course. That was my joke, because I'm sick of seeing these really crappy conspiracy memes. Also, now they're protesting in Surrey. I went on a date with a girl from Surrey recently, and I knew I was in trouble when we went to A&W and she ordered the Teen Mama Burger. I hope they just, maybe they'll just shut Surrey off altogether and they won't be able to come into Vancouver anymore. Wow, dead crowd tonight. Where the fuck is... I should do these shows on Friday again. This is horrible. Nothing. Nobody in the room. Post a comment. Am I broadcasting? Can you hear me? We done the show in 15 minutes if no one comes in. But, let's see. What else do I got here? Wow. Nothing. Free speech. Yeah. I'm all, I've been on CTV 3 times as a news story, and they were always great with me. So I really find it hard to watch when these people are just fucking shitting on it. Evan Solomon and that other guy. There was another guy. He was hassled. It's just like, fuck. They're giving you your opportunity to say whatever you want. Well, what's going on? Hold on. I hear you, but I see you. I don't know how to get in the room. Just post a comment on Facebook, on the Whiteboard Jungle Facebook. So if you go to Facebook and then you go to Whiteboard Jungle and you post a comment on the link to the show, I should be able to see it, unless something is going on. Something weird, who knows? Showing got 0 viewers, but that happens all the time. But usually there's somebody here. But it is family weekend, so maybe everyone's spending time with their family. I don't know if the show goes really slow here. I might just cancel it and do trivia night with my sisters if they're around. But anyhow. So yeah, if you go to Twitter, you can comment there, or you can comment on Whiteboard Jungle on my Facebook page. I'm gonna do a test, see if there's a comment here. Hold on. Do a test comment. Now, Facebook's been acting pretty weird lately too. People I know got hacked. Okay, no, it works. So yeah, if you go to the Whiteboard Jungle fan page on Facebook, not on my personal page, I don't think I see the comments from there, but if you go to Whiteboard Jungle and comments, you should be able to comment. And if anybody shows up, the person who won the Xbox, no one actually sent me in anything about their good deeds, so I just decided to choose who gets the Xbox at the end of the day. It's not like it's a good Xbox. It's in good shape, a little beat up, but works. I think. I used it once a long time ago. I did want to see if it worked with VR glasses, but I don't think it does. I was thinking of getting into the whole VR thing, especially now that Facebook's doing the Meta. But I think with the Meta, you have to have the whole VR setup. So I think that whole meta thing might not work just from the perspective of everyone's got to have the goggles. So if they give everyone goggles for free or something, it'll work. I'm starting to get fed up with Facebook, though. I think everyone's, getting tired of, like, I saw, oh, my Facebook got hacked. Please do not respond to the messages and all that stuff. I never click on any, if your astrology sign makes you this or whatever, anything like that, I never really click on it. So I've never really been hacked there. The only time I ever got hacked was once on MySpace. I was on MySpace, and basically, all of a sudden, people were responding to me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And someone had taken over my account and was posting all over the place, but never on Facebook or Twitter, actually. I much prefer Twitter, anyways. I'm kind of thinking of just, getting rid of my whole Facebook and just moving everything to Twitter because it's more action-packed. There's more, you can follow trends a lot easier, hashtags. It's funny, last week too, I was like, man, I should do the post with a hashtag clownvoy because no one was doing it. And I didn't. And the next day, clownvoy was like the number one hashtag on Facebook for a while. So it's fun to, and one person is watching. Yay. All right. It's not like I'm screaming into a void. But I like the hashtags, because that's one thing. You can follow something that's breaking really fast with a hashtag. People don't, Facebook, it's not really the same, And Facebook is kind of personal. That's usually your personal friends. Mind you, I've unfriended a lot of people over the issue of the trucker convoy. That's for sure. And had people, block me. One of my best friends for 30 years blocked me. Okay, whatever. So be it. Such is life. We all take our path. I can't roll with the fucking racist fuck convoy. It was peaceful, non-racist, and money grubbers. Really, it's a big money grab. That Pat King or whatever, that fucking racist. He had his starting his own crypto. Great. Oh yeah. Now we have billionaire fucking racist fucks. And Elon Musk. It's like putting that picture of comparing Trudeau to Hitler. It's like, what the fuck is going through that guy's mind? I've been given dirty looks, Danny. Vancouver's got a lot of Teslas. Like, you wait 5 minutes, you'll see 2 Teslas drive by anywhere. Any intersection, you'll see it. So I've been given dirty looks at Teslas people. They've gone from being like, ooh, he's got a Tesla to, fuck you, you got a Tesla. Elon Musk, that's bad PR. I don't know what the fuck he's thinking. He's got to fucking work on the AI in his brain. It's not working. It's tweaking out. 2 people in the room. All right. Hi. How are you doing? Come on in. Make a statement. If you got something to say about the truckers or the Freedom Convoy or all the angry people. The problem is these people live with us. They're everywhere. They are fucking everywhere, really. So it's not going to end if they get rid of all these people. Definitely not from Ottawa. Like right now, Surrey is the second weekend in a row. And they're totally hassling the CTV guy down there. Like, really, they were physical. People are getting physical. That's the whole thing. You get physical with people, the press. I don't care if it's anybody with a camera, CTV, who cares? They're the press. Just because you don't agree with them doesn't mean you have the right to spit on them and harass them while they're trying to do their freedom of speech. They seem to be all about freedom of speech, unless it's only good for them. It's funny, in the House of Commons, the one guy said he stole a joke. I'm going to do a whole thing on joke stealing. It was a conservative was talking about, I want an inoculation to be immune from the liberals. It's like, well, they fucking stole that joke off this guy who wrote this little banjo song. I posted it on my Facebook, and he had that joke, but it was against the truckers. So like these fuckers, the conservatives, they can't even write their own fucking jokes. It's like, yeah, I didn't vote liberal last election, but fuck, I'm voting liberal this one for sure. The next one, whatever. I'm fucking, it's just too divisive, too racist. So anyways, let's move to other things. What do I got? I got a music guest. I'm going to get right into the music guest then right now. My video I'm going to have for the music guest, well, it's not a guest, it's just a video of Jimmy Wet Dog. Last week I featured him and Amber. They're like a duo, but this is from the movie Kingsway and Time. Little background on the movie. About 20 years ago, I lived with a bunch of people right here in this building here, located on Kingsway and Tyne in Vancouver. We shot about 30 hours worth of footage of all the bands there, and slowly but surely, I'm making a documentary on it, and my goal is to actually interview all the people that were there involved in the first 30 hours that I shot back in 1999, and interview them now before they're all dead. Really, that's my goal so far. A few of them aren't still here with us, and this video actually is a Wet Dog jamming with a couple of people, and with Marty Van Keith, who passed away a couple of years ago. Amazing bass player, amazing person, my old roommate actually. And at the end of the video, Chris Lemon pokes his head in. He was the bass player in my band, who passed away a couple of years ago as well. So I'm gonna just get into that for now and see what happens after this. All right. Hold on. Let me just figure out how to do this. Here we go. So there you have it. Born on a Bayou. That was Jimmy Wet Dog on drums. Dean Katowski on guitar. Shredding the fuck out of it. All right, Joanne Miranda, how's it going? And Marty Van Keith playing the bass. Just an amazing bass player. Amazing person all around. And same with Lemon, who stuck his head in the door. That guy was one of the best bass. Both of those guys are the best players, bass players I've ever met. Really great. So, Joanne, the Xbox giveaway is happening, and you didn't win. Sorry, I didn't believe. I didn't believe you helped an old lady across the highway. Lots of snow there. Yeah, I know. I think that's what really, I think the cops in Ottawa were just waiting for the weather. Really, at the end of the day, maybe that was their big strategy. Just let the Canadian weather just call the shots. Because it was pretty windy today in Ottawa and in Ontario. But in the UK somewhere, it was like, I saw this video. These people were just like getting knocked over by the wind, just knocked right over. It's crazy. I think what's happening is, the global warming is just going to, like George Carlin said, it's like, the planet's doing okay. It's, it's us that are going to be shaken like fleas off of a dog. But the Xbox giveaway. I don't know if you saw earlier this show. I was talking about Evan Solomon, how he's getting fucking spit on by fucking crazy fucking people. But I'm all for free speech until you start telling me to shut up. That seems to be where we're headed with that. But so that was the musical segment, little carryover from last week. Me and Wet Dog went to karaoke about 2 weeks ago and ripped it up. We were pretty fucking hammered. Posted it on my Facebook, but might be going there later tonight. There's more karaoke tonight. Depends by how much energy I have. But see where that goes. I have to redeem myself after such a horrible version of Prince's song called Kiss. I made the mistake of trying to do it in a high falsetto. I should have done it more in a Tom Jones vein, which I kind of did it towards the end, but I was so wasted. That's the beauty of doing something really embarrassing. You kind of free yourself up to do more embarrassing shit, really. So yeah, I'm ready to get more embarrassed tonight if I do end up going there. Storms are getting stronger. Yeah, they're getting. Look here. We had all those floods, like really major floods. Everyone's having these, it's never seen that before moment. It's like, I think we got bigger issues than fucking trucker fucking convoys and pandemics. Fuck. Who knows what's next? I think the big earthquake's coming here. I'm lucky. I live in an old house. We can handle it. I think. I hope. I don't really have. I've got the hot water heater has a bunch of water in it. That's about it. But I don't have a kit. What we got here? Okay. I'm opening the lines. Anybody want to come on the show? The two people there want to come on the show. I was going to do trivia later with Uncle Fergus's nephew. I got in touch with him after Uncle Fergus got killed by a truck. He might be on the show doing trivia. I have trivia. I'm ready for trivia. So, and the Xbox giveaway. If the person who won the Xbox comes in, they'll find out who. So come on in. Hopefully they'll come in. If not, I'll announce it before the end of the show, which is possibly coming up soon. I do a segment on the show called Artwork in Progress. And this is one of my artworks in progress here. Let me just see here. I have to do this though first. There we go for it to work. Last week I realized if I go to a picture, you lose the audio. So this is something I'm working on. It's a portrait of a porn star named Julianne. Still kind of rough. I have another one that's way better. Different look, but kind of took a break from painting recently because just too busy looking for a job. I want to get back into painting once I have more stability in my life. But this was done with a digital. I have a digital Wacom tablet, which is great for painting. When I was looking to buy one, actually, I found every art supply store I called, they don't carry them. And then once I got one, I realized why they don't carry them, because these tablets will put them right out of business. It's like having a whole art supply store in a tablet. I recommend them highly for anybody who wants to paint. The one I have is only 8.5 by 11 inches is your drawing area. But you can get really big ones that are like, the size, I think they're big. They're like the size of a TV. Really, expensive though. This one was only $600, but they're great for anybody who wants to paint but doesn't want to buy art supplies. Totally. But anyways, that's my work in progress, one of the many. Hold on. All right. 3 viewers. Wow. Getting crazy. Pricey. Wow. $600 is pretty cheap. The big ones are a couple grand anyways, but they're massive. The one I have is like 6.5 by 11 or 8.5 by 11 drawing area. But you can zoom in, you can create multiple layers. Some of the ones I've done, the layers, have like 60, 70 layers. So it's great. You can, if you're actually painting with something like real paint, it's a lot harder. These are great. I find they're great for just sketching, painting. You can create your own size brushes, style of brush. You can have a brush that is like a little tiny tree. So if you're doing like a landscape, you just do. Your brush is a little tiny tree. So yeah, they're really good. I just wish I had more time. Plus also the doom scrolling of the last week has been just sidetracked by that. I think everyone in Canada wants to see this come to an end one way or another, but it's starting to look like it's not going to happen. You look at what's happening in Montreal and now in BC. It's just like these people are everywhere that are fed up, but I still believe they're in the minority. And if they get rid of the no cleaning. Yes. Yeah, no cleaning of the brushes. No, none at all. They're great for that. And you can create literally any brush you want, any size, anything you need. There are some tablets that you can use a graphics program on your regular whatever iPad or whatever. But Wacom has been doing this for years. They're ahead of the game on tablets for sure. It actually feels like you're actually drawing on something. They're really good. And I've been kind of getting out of doing animation, so I'm kind of switching to painting. But last couple of days, I've been going through my archive of a lot of my old animations and posting them on my other Twitter. And I didn't know I had all these things. I couldn't believe some of the stuff I created in the last 7 years. Forgot about some of them. But what I do is I take porn stars and I take them out of their pictures and I put them in these super surreal, crazy environments. It's fun. I enjoy it, but took a break from that. It's too time consuming. That's why I like the painting. It's just very relaxing, and working on some, these paintings. They take a long time though. They're not quick. It's actually quicker to do the visual effects graphics. So, anybody out there? Okay, Joanne's there for sure. Got 3 viewers. Nobody else though. No one else game to talk. The winner of the Xbox isn't here. What the fuck? I hope everyone's out there drinking with me. Jojo, you drinking? Having a beer? And any of the new people, I actually gained quite a few new friends on my Whiteboard Jungle Twitter page. I think there is a great unfriending going on in the world. Lots of people, not in the world, but in Canada for sure, people who are, unfriending people that disagree with their politics, I guess, when it comes to the vaccine. But, in the great unfriend, there's lots of people unfriending people, lots of people gaining new friends, so that are like-minded. So I guess that's, a positive thing. My buddy Gary said this last week. He said, well, the good thing about the trucker convoys, you kind of know who aligns with what your views are. I try to do it through humor, like by those jokes that I was saying earlier. I was, trying to crack people up because it is a stressful time for everybody, especially the reporters and these people on the front lines. What bugs me is that they're giving disheveled older guys with beards a bad name. I was walking down the road the other day and this woman was looking at me like I was like, what am I was going to set up a blockade or something? They're it's just, I said the same thing when the insurrectionists attacked Washington. It's like, fuck, all these people, they've got the same kind of beard as me. Oh, you're drinking weed tea. Yeah, we were talking about that last week, I think. Well, you just put weed in the tea and then you drink it? I don't know. How does that work? Do you get high? I took a break from edibles because, one, I can't afford them right now, and I was getting pretty crazy. 125 milligrams a day. It's a lot of. I would probably get super high right now if I did like 10 milligrams. Just getting too high. I'm drinking Pacific Pilsner, right? Oh, I can't say that. Yeah, you're allowed to drink on YouTube broadcasts, but you're not allowed to say the brands or promote a brand. So I'm just drinking regular beer, not my regular. Yeah. And, smoking joints. Light. Plus, I find if I do the show and I get too high, it's not as fun. Grind stems, decarb, seep with Chinese spices, and you get high off that, Joanne? You get high off that? Like really high? I'm in it for the big high. That's why I drink. Drink is a pretty fast high, really. Edibles takes about 20 minutes, depending, half hour. I buy these they're like these pucks. They're chocolate pucks, and they're like 500 milligrams. So I do a quarter of that, and I'm fucking done. That with drinking, it's like, okay, that's why I got to take it easy. And if you notice, jobs is not on the list because I have an interview next week. I'm pretty sure. I hope it's going to happen. I'm not going to talk about it on the show where it is or what it is, but I'm looking good for hopefully at least a part-time job right now. Just to get away from watching television and doom scrolling, all this shit, the anger. I need a job just to. It's rare I want a job just to get my mind off shit. Mild high. Okay, that's good. The Mild High Club. yeah, so not much else going on. I don't really have a lot of stuff prepared for tonight. I had the musical guest, which we've already seen, and did some jokes. If you came in late, you missed the jokes. Jokes were just comments I did on my Twitter page. But see where everything goes by next week. Okay, well, I'm going to announce the Xbox giveaway, even though that person is not in the room, and why I'm giving it. Jokes. Wow. I had a joke about, I don't know if you saw this earlier. My joke was the police in Ottawa were announcing that they were very worried about kids and moving in on kids, so they wanted to be totally sure there was no kids involved, which really didn't happen. But I posted, this was the day before they moved in. I said, lucky for the cops, the kids will be 18 years old by the time the police move in, because they're taking so much fucking time getting in there. I was like, fuck. What the fuck, man? Come on. Move in. And there was a big brouhaha about Fox News said the woman that was run over by the horses had died, which everyone was like, well, no, that's not true. She didn't die. She broke her clavicle or something, which is not good. But at the end of the day, everyone was told to get the fuck out. It's like, I'm surprised they haven't, done more strong arm tactics, because, like, really? Oh, you like that one? Yeah. It was kind of a carryover from a joke I wrote about Vancouver Transit, because about a couple of years ago, this woman was on a bus and she gave birth. I said, wow, well, lucky for them. By the time they got to their destination, the kid had already finished university. That's how slow the buses are here. And my other joke was the real victim with conspiracy nuts is typography. They all use crappy fonts, poorly spaced, with hard-to-read color selections. They should take some of that racist money and invest in a graphic arts course, because they suck. Yeah, you have to move out of the way. It's like, it's not like the cops are just coming in and fucking busting heads like 5 minutes after they showed up. It's a mini mug you have. Yeah, it's my other sister is posting the mini mug. Yeah, I like the mini mug. Oh, Don Durway. All right. Freedom. How's it going, Don? Well, being in Ottawa, it would suck with dealing with this shit. It really is. I would imagine. These people are fucking crazy. And like I said before, I got nothing against people protesting, but when your whole thing is based on racist ideology, your leaders are racist, all the money is racist, it's like I can't roll with that. I just can't. I can't deal with these people. I can't. It's like there's no I don't know, just you look at these aggro fuckers that are hassling the reporters. These people are fucking crazy. They are. They're fucking nuts. I can't sugarcoat it more than that. And now they're here. Now it's happening here. We're having it down at the border, just near Surrey there. That was the news today. There was a bunch of them down there harassing a CTV guy. Like, really, right in their face. And then another guy punched. There was a guy in a restaurant somewhere in somewhere in BC. I didn't check the whole story out, but someone told him he can't wear a mask in a restaurant, so he punched them. It's like, you can't just do that. Like, really, you can't. That's just the way it is. Fear, ignorance equals hate. Yeah, yeah. And a lack of free speech. It's like, you got your freedom to fucking do whatever the fuck you want, as long as it doesn't fucking fuck with other people's freedom. Like the CTV or, Evan Solomon. I didn't even like that guy until I saw him, getting hassled. I was like, fuck yeah. Fuck, I'm with him. And like, I got no problem with CTV. I've been on CTV about 3 times as a subject, and they were always fine with me. CBC, I'm not a big fan of, but or CNN, I hate CNN. Fox News, hate them. And we're at a point now where there's so much social media that there is no, sure, yeah, CNN, sure, all these people, fake news. It's like, well, there's tons of news. There's more cameras than people at these fucking things. So there is no fake news, really. It's not there. All you do is go to Twitter, figure out your shit, who you like, who you don't like, and then that's it. So, anyways, stressful. I got to get my subscription for my high blood pressure meds, and fuck, just fucking too much. But life moves on. We'll see where it happens. Hopefully, no one dies or no one gets their kids killed. That's the other thing. All these people proudly putting their kids in the front lines at a fucking protest. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm not a big fan of kids generally, but if I had them, I wouldn't bring them to a protest. I wouldn't. Those kids are just going to grow up to be a bunch of racist fucks anyways. So. Someone threw a bicycle. I've been hearing that. I follow this pretty much all day. I didn't actually see video of someone throwing a bicycle at one of the horses. I didn't see that. But either way, those horses, they didn't sign up for it, but I'm not a big fan of police using animals generally. It's like police dogs. I saw this thing a couple of years ago. They wanted to make it so the offense, if you killed a police dog, would be the same as killing a police officer. And they said they would do that. They're doing that in order to protect the dogs. And I'm like, if you wanted to protect the dogs, you wouldn't use dogs. Maybe start there. Same with horses, really. The horses, I'm not a huge fan of the horses. Well, yeah, sure, but we all have options. The fake news is edited to make the sucker believe the wrong story, but the other side does the same thing. You know what I mean? Like the conspiracy nuts, they're editing. Everyone's speaking into their own echo chamber, their own loop. Both sides. Really. What I like about a live event like this is that there's tons of cameras. So it doesn't matter whether CTV is saying this or some guy with a cell phone. You know what I mean? Even that Pat King, he was calling himself a journalist. Well, everyone's a journalist, really. It's called a cell phone. So, I have, the only difference between the, like my joke before, the conspiracy nuts and CNN is CNN has better graphics. At the end of the day, the conspiracy nuts have no idea of, how to do graphics. Their typography sucks. Protesters would not make a video. Well, supposedly Fox said the person died. But I saw in the news tonight they were coming out of the hospital. They got hurt, but Everybody was warned. You're all warned. Get the fuck out of the way. You know, if you get hurt, sucks to be you. You're there. You know, if your kid gets killed, well, it sucks to be you. You brought your kids to a fucking, a fucking violent protest. You know, you don't see the reporters showing up with their kids to protect them. They should be funny. Well, yeah. Get out of the way of the horses. Fuck. I thought it was weird the horses were wearing masks. I thought that was weird. They had little masks on. It's I'm all for not using animals in any form of police work. Robots, sure, they're going to be going. You know, sure, we'll have the robot dogs soon. They'll just come in and dice you up. Fuck, who knows? You know, we're getting to that point. You know, if you look at the Boston Dynamics dog, throw a couple of fucking Cutco knives on that fucking thing, and people are running like crazy. The Cutco dog, chop you up. Oh, well, yeah. Well, that actually, it's funny, the conspiracy about Trudeau being Castro's son. If you look at him, he kind of looks like him. But Snopes did a whole thing on that recently, and they're kind of a fact-checking website. And they say the timeline doesn't jive with when the first time Trudeau went to Cuba to compare it to the time that Trudeau was born, Junior Trudeau. So even though they look like, well, you never know. Yeah, you know, who knows? But they did a full on, you know, because back then the media was pretty, you know, you couldn't. Trudeau and his wife, their what's her name, couldn't really sneeze without the media knowing about it. No picking up the poop. Well, yeah. I got a whole bit on robot companions. You know, it's like sex dolls. I was watching an unboxing video of a sex doll, and you know, the guy's he's unboxing it, and he's like poking it, so oh yeah, you can tell it's good because you do this. He's got the head, it's got the fluid, the vaginal cleaning fluid. And I'm like, holy fuck. I go, this is too complicated. I'm just going to duct tape my Alexa to my fleshlight. A lot easier. Holding for the laughter. Well, there's a really good episode about robot dogs on Black Mirror. Have you ever seen that one? They have a dog similar to the Boston Dynamics dog, and wow, that's a great episode. You don't want one of these fucking things coming at you. Any robot, really. That's the whole AI thing. It's getting out of hand. You know, Elon Musk has to check his own brain for his AI with the shit he posted there fucking recently. Jesus Christ. You know, doing the compared Trudeau to Hitler, saying, well, at least Hitler had a budget. Like, what the fuck is going on? You know, way to alienate everyone who's bought a Tesla is, you know, you look around Vancouver. Vancouver's a pretty liberal city. There's Teslas everywhere. You might as well just put them out with a swastika. Sell them in Alberta. But the problem is in Alberta, they won't work. It's too cold. But here, they're fucking everywhere. Really. I walked 3 blocks to the store. I've seen 3 in a matter of 5 minutes. You stand on any intersection, you'll see a fucking Tesla go by within about 2 minutes. They're everywhere. Plus, I think his stocks failed miserably yesterday. And so did the trucker rally. I think that Pat King guy released a freedom token, and it bombed as soon as the cops showed up. It went fuck it tanked. I haven't checked it today. I'm kind of I don't even check my own stuff portfolio because it's so depressing. I'm holding up for Shiba, but yeah, as soon as you start having racist coins and you got racist people, well, yeah, all of a sudden the racist people are going to get rich, richer, and then you got to look at, well, do you want to buy in just to get in on the game? That's what's going to happen. So all of a sudden you have a racist token that, well, sure, it's racist in its root, but greed will surpass racism. There was a Go Brandon. Someone wanted to do a Go Brandon coin. I don't know. I don't know where it's all heading. Not sure. So, Don, I guess you're in Ottawa. How's the weather there? Jojo says it's snowing in Owen Sound. Here it's beautiful. Well, not beautiful, but it's not raining at least. Anyhow, 3 people watching. That's good. I have nothing left really. I sort of prepared the show, but this week was kind of a doom scroll week. And hopefully by next week I'm working, so I don't even have to see the internet. Cold and windy. Yeah, I saw that earlier today. I saw the wind was crazy in Ottawa from one of the news sources. And but UK, it got really hit with some wind. So yeah. Who knows? Wind might just wipe us all off the face of the earth. But yeah, not good. No, it's not good. But you know what is good right now? I've heard 2 people telling me that I can fly from Vancouver right now on one of the airlines is $60 from Vancouver to Montreal. Can you believe that? Yeah. That's for that I'll put up with fucking assholes with no mask, that's for sure. Some guy in the States tried to fucking open the door again in midair. The flight attendant fucking clocked him with a fucking coffee pot. That's another place. But yeah, $60 one way, Vancouver to Montreal. And then also Air Canada, I think, is doing a deal for September, October. It's like $100 return or something like that. Cheap. Dirt fucking cheap. Like literally to go to Montreal is $60. That's $10 more than the cab would be from my house to the airport in Vancouver. It's like crazy. I guess they really want to get people on planes. Either that or it's a push to get a bunch of yahoos from Vancouver to Ottawa somehow, or to Montreal to protest. It's like, yeah, get them in. Get them all here. Although Quebec, they had it worse in Quebec, I think, with the mandates and stuff. They had curfews, which I never really agreed with. If I was in Montreal and there was a curfew, not that it would matter. I never go out anyways, but I wouldn't like that. That's for sure. Not a fan of a curfew. But the whole thing with the truckers, it's like, well, the American government, you still got to deal with them. So it's like, whatever. And these truckers, they could have took jobs in Canada running shit around Canada. They could have, just as easy. It's not like they were out of a job because they couldn't get past the border without a vaccine. Crybabies. They're crybabies. There's a guy. Check it out. I put it on my Facebook. Crybaby Convoy. This guy fucking nails it. Older guy doing banjo. No frills, no water, no food. Wow, yeah. You don't really get the frills on the flights anyways these days. Every time I've taken a flight, it's like because I don't have a credit card, so I'm out of luck. I can't drink because everything's credit card. So you get maybe get like a cracker and a fucking coffee. That's about it. I hate flying though. I really do hate it. Yeah. I liked it when you could smoke back in the day. I remember flying to Florida when I was like 16 or 17, smoking. All the chairs had a little ashtray in them. Thinking of quitting smoking though. It's getting kind of expensive. It's like, and it's if they can come up with a way to make cigarettes cure cancer, that would be really good. They get a delivery system for drugs. Why not? I'd buy those. But hate flying. I don't like it. I'm not a big fly fan. But I'll do it if I have to. For sure. But, anyway, so up to an hour here on the show. I think I'm going to call it quits for tonight. It's not as action packed. I think I'm going to do the shows on Friday again. Much more people. Oh, okay. Someone said the mask on the horses was protect them from getting sprayed. Okay, from something. I feel bad for the horses, but they definitely did move the line. That's for sure. They fucking just moved everyone. Get the hell out of the way of a horse coming at you. That's for sure. But and the mounted police. They're mounted. And, the Ram Ranch Resistance, I'm still, good with those guys. Happy that they trolled the fuck out of these fucking racist fuckers. Now they're selling T-shirts. Okay, who won the Xbox? Okay, I'm going to announce it, even though they're not in the room. I did a podcast a couple of weeks ago with my buddy John, and what he does with all of his old electronics is he's a Filipino guy and has a great podcast called Heated Seats. Make sure to check it out. Good show. I've done it a few times and always had a great time. So I'm giving him the Xbox so he can send it to his family in the Philippines. They do that quite a bit. They send stuff to their family that really can appreciate it. So he won the Xbox, and his good deed was because he's a professional driver for a living. And he says he's saved many lives by not running people over that should have been. So that's his good deed. And no one else sent me a good deed. So, and this is going to people in the Philippines who, would lose their shit over an Xbox. So he won the Xbox. No one sent me a good deed. So anyhow, so that's where we're at with the show. The Xbox giveaway goes to John Bonez and the Heated Seats podcast. He's going to send once he gets it, he's going to send it. They have these special boxes that they create for sending. It's like a whole industry, I guess, where they send stuff back home to the Philippines. Supposedly in the Philippines, you can live like a king for $1,000. You're good. You live like a king. So an Xbox there to those people will be great. So I'm giving it to he won the Xbox. And the story behind this Xbox is my buddy Chris, who passed away a couple of years ago. We did a deal. I owed him money, so I gave him a Zoom recorder. He gave me the Xbox. I never used it, really. Used it one time for a couple of days. I got enough problems with time wasting things. I got enough bad habits, but that waste my time. So I have video games I don't have time for. But so he gave it to me, and then I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to play it. I don't, So in a way, I'm sure my buddy Chris would be happy that it was going to a family in the Philippines. So that being said, John Bonez, even though you're not here tonight, I hope you watch the show and realize that you won the Xbox and all these great video games. So on that note, I'm going to close off the show with one of my motivational videos. I forgot to say, though, last week's goal was to start a petition to lobby the funeral home industry. I'm still going to do that. I just didn't have time to get all that together. And I'm going to try to raise some money to lobby the funeral industry to lower its prices, because it pisses me off every time someone dies. Everyone's got to pay for it through a GoFundMe, when really cheapest thing you can do is dig a hole in the ground, throw a dead body in it. I mean, really, it's a bullshit fucking industry that needs to change. So hopefully by next week I'll have the petition set up and the GoFundMe to finance whatever it's going to take me to lobby these people. And so that's the goal. But it's kind of a long-term goal. It's not going to be easy, but I'm just fed up with, every time someone dies, there's a GoFundMe because it's so fucking expensive to bury somebody. So on that note, next week I'll be hopefully have that rolling. And till then, it's Mark Miranda for the Whiteboard Jungle, signing off. Hold on.
Hear the new tunes.
A major factor that makes youngsters prime targets for this printed filth is the natural curiosity of youth about the mysterious force of sex. Yet, on virtually every newsstand is a welter of misinformation which can wreck them for life.
In the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions, just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle.